Yes, everybody. Russ, the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. Hope we're all happy hammers today. Why wouldn't be? What a great week we had last week for West Ham. Sunday was obviously last Sunday, yeah, but from the Monday onwards, it's all been gravy, baby. It's all been gravy, baby. And 2 wins, 2 clean sheets, 5 goals, and through to the last 16. Obviously, the draw for the Europa League playoffs have happened. I think Freiburg have been drawn against Lens, so I'll be keeping an eye out for them because big fan of Freiburg now. But yeah, it's not too shabby Alonso, is it? Let's see if we can get. If we got the. Let's have a quick look there. See, currently. Have we got the draw? Okay, so in terms of the draw so obviously we're not affecting this draw. Shakhtar Donetsk versus Marseille, Galatasaray Sparta Prague, Braga versus Karabakh. There's a lot of A's and G's in there and R's. In fact, Braga versus Karabakh, there's only 5 different letters between the 2 teams. That's unusual. Benfica versus Toulouse, Young Boys versus Sporting, Lens versus Freiburg, AC Milan versus Rennes, and Feyenoord Roma. Ooh. Aren't you glad we're not in that group now? Aren't you glad we are not there? That is, yes, I for one am very glad. Let's see, we've got the chat. Good afternoon, Michael. Hope you're well, man. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Yeah, they did. Freiburg, tough game with Roma. Obviously, those ties are played towards the end of February, and then the draw for the last 16 will be made after the second leg. So I think it's Friday the 23rd of February. Put it in your diaries. Good afternoon, Andrew. Hope you're well. It was a big, brilliant game, and I love the style of play. I hope you continues. Indeed. Also, apologies, we don't have the today. We didn't have an advent calendar because I haven't interviewed anyone who wore the number 18 shirt. Do you believe that? I'm working on a few people who did wear the under 18 shirt. So hopefully I should have one of the under 18s, shouldn't I? Oh, anyway, don't matter. So if you want to enter, all you're going to do is comment on the video after we finish on this video. And then you can be entered in. There we go. Apologies. Back tomorrow, 19. I think we've got Robbie Slater. So back to normal. Wonder who will get knockouts or they beat anyone. I agree. After Jan. You're all right. We've all got this horrible cough at the moment. Oh, it's awful. Jan, hope you got off in the chat. Saw that some of the Wolves players played despite unbelievable. Shut up, Bella. Let's all go here. Frano, good afternoon to you. Hope you're well. I watched anticipation, then realised we weren't in it. We'll be doing a live stream, Andy. So Bella, shut up. Just an excuse. Yep, indeed. Everyone's talking to each other, assuming they come through. Roma and Milan are the ones to avoid. There are a few teams who want beaten, indeed. It's fun, and it's a strange one in terms of that playoff because you got to think for some of the sides, they're already competing for Champions League spots in their existing domestic league already. So actually, for some of them, they might not bother as much. Maybe, I don't know. Everyone's talking to each other. After WHU, Ryan, have you all still buzzing with it? Who isn't my friend? Who isn't my friend? We're all still buzzing, and let's enjoy it while we can. It's important to enjoy the wins. And as Irish Toy puts on Twitter, I actually totally agree with it. I saw X, which is it's a shame when a team wins or loses, it sort of gives credence to that sort of noisy. I'm bored of that now. You know, we should be allowed to enjoy games and win them, which we did yesterday, and we did on Thursday. 2 games where I think actually we've walked out of it pretty competent. And again, I am. Will you shut up? Shush. She's only about that big. Napoleon complex, but you're right. I think we should enjoy it, which is what we do. And as you said, we've got 3 very tough games coming up, so we won't get any points for Liverpool because that's the cup. But the other 2, yeah, indeed. Wally, good morning to you. Still bunged up. Hope you're mate. Honestly, it's just It's just like it's awful. After that, Andy still buzzing and was brilliant. Well, that's it. That's what it's about. Good game, 3 really good goals, um, and yeah, it was just like it was an easy. I don't like the easy wins, but it was a pretty much a very professional win, wasn't it? Really. So it was a Freiburg game. Professionally job, 2 professional jobs done. Um, oh, Russ, you're still letting the side. You haven't interviewed Yaniv Kaitan. Well, I'm trying to get. I'm getting you. I'm going to get Yusuf Sofian. He won number 18 shirts. That would do. Can we draw Villa? We can't draw Villa because Villa are in the Conference League. Be impressive. We won't draw Brighton, Liverpool, any of the group winners. So basically, the 8 group winners will then each play one of the playoff teams. So you know, we won't play Brighton or Liverpool in the last 16. Could play in the quarters, could play in the semis, but not in the last 16. Thought I've caught your cold and I've lost my voice from shouting. Suppose some indeed. Never understood how UEFA of all teams have been losers. Totally agree. Napoleon composite. I think it's 70 today. It's a 4x4 complex indeed. Afternoon, Pete. Hope you're well. Russ, Moyes out. When credit's due. Ken, I'm not even bothered about the Moyes in, Moyes out debate at the moment, to be honest. I don't care where people sit. At the end of the day, we're all West Ham fans. Some people hate the manager, some people like the manager. Doesn't matter whoever the new manager comes in. There'll be people who hate him as well. People hate Big Fat Sam, people hate Slav, people hate Pellegrini. Everyone will hate. Not everyone. You won't get 100% approval rate on any manager that comes in or any player that comes in, really. And so, yeah, it's your prerogative, mate, and that's it. And that's fair enough. That's fair enough to you, mate. Maybe the game was so bad because they only sickness. Maybe, and also maybe it was the kick up the arse they needed. Maybe, some people have been saying, "Oh, we've been, everyone's we've been waiting to lose a game like that for the last 2 years." Really, but anyway, so maybe it just did kick him up the arse a bit. I don't know. Don't know. Any idea if we could do? Yeah, we could do. Zanusi, we could do, mate. Because we I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's because I'm not in the Bud and Bunker today. I'm up here. Flo's off. Flo's broke up for school and that type of thing. Um, yeah, we will get one of them. We will get one of them. So if they beat Lons, then we could play the winners of that group. That game we could. Same as we could have done played Anderlecht last year as well. Are you still trying to get Bonds out? Oh, mate, it's never going to happen. So some I just think never going to happen. Unfortunately, one day you never know. Hopefully, Brighton will meet Milan and Roma, but then we might end up playing them anyway. Really hope we can have a cup this year. Going to be tough, but I feel like everyone is chasing the serotonin. Yes, the serotonin chasing. Well, I think people forget if we beat Liverpool on Wednesday, we could get in the semi-final. Obviously, be in the semi-finals. But we could be drawn against the winners of Port Vale versus Middlesbrough, which is one of the quarter-final games. And even if not, even if we didn't get, then you can end up playing them in the fight. So actually, it's huge. And Hammer's headlines today. We talk about Liverpool got a massive. And we talk about injury crisis. Seems every time, but they've got a massive injury crisis on their hands at the moment. Up to 7 players could be out for the game on Wednesday. We come in, and they've got Arsenal at the weekend, which is arguably more of an important game to them. So look, hopefully we can do something with their misfortune. We'll see. The new format. The formation ain't different, Michael. It's just the emphasis of the front three. Really, isn't. I don't think the formation has changed. The personnel hasn't changed. It's just the outlook. The likes of we were pressing them right from the top. Really, really pressing, and that was a trick formation. Nothing else was any different, in my opinion. 4 tough games indeed. 13 points of safety. Freiburg got a good fixture. I'm actually happy for them. Yeah, it'd be good. Lonza, a good side though. Don't let the manager. I'm thankful for the trophy. Moment to be proven wrong. Well, exactly, Ken. That's the same. And what will happen is, Ken, the new manager comes in. Some people still would have wanted, the people who wanted David Moyes to stayed be like, oh, why are we going for this guy? He's unproven. Because the manager, the head coach, going to get in next. He's not going to be a massive household name, in my opinion. It's not going to. It's going to be someone who's can be part of the project. Like, when Brighton lost Potter, they got De Zerbi in. No one had heard of De Zerbi. No one had heard of Graham Potter. No one had heard of Thomas Frank. That's the type of manager we'll be bringing in. I'm pretty sure of that. Won't rest his players as strong as possible. I think you're right, mate. The fact is he took the main 4 players off, didn't he, yesterday? Which to me shows they could well easily end up playing or mostly make a massive impact on Wednesday. Everton, Fulham, Chelsea, Newcastle. So 2 of those out. Yeah, exactly. So you got to think, it's Everton, Fulham. Everton are playing well though, aren't they? And we have lost 5-0 to Fulham. So Chelsea, Newcastle. Chelsea find a little bit full. Newcastle have no one available at the moment. There's still so many injuries. And then Port Vale, Middlesbrough. So you got to think out of those. I mean, in all honesty, I think the winner of our game on Wednesday got to be favourite to win the competition, surely. We never know. For Ings the Saints, we would have to pay a large percentage of. Yeah, probably would. And I think we'd probably get rid of that. Shame we dropped down to. Moyes out. Dropped down to 8th. We played some heavy metal high option yesterday. We certainly did. Thumbs up for a like. There we go. Thank you very much. Whenever our opponents has injury crisis, maybe, possibly, you're probably right. End of the day, if we win the Europa, does Moyes get new contracts? I've said that before, Michael. I said for me, if Moyes is given a new contract at the end of this season, it's because we've done well. So it's like, if we have a mediocre season, then Moyes I don't think he has a new contract. But if he does maybe get us in, if we do win another trophy, I think there'd be questions. And I think actually, if this new style of football, not new style, but new intensity of football, is then maintained, I think some people who are maybe on the fence may be like, do you know what? Yeah, we've won 2 trophies. But, I mean, we haven't won, we won 1 trophy in 43 years. Now we think we're going to win another one. Although they are like buses, aren't they, sometimes? Sufa needs to calm down, so he does. Can that Sufa elbow get changed? I don't think he can, mate. It's only if it wasn't picked up at all. I think it was already yellow. It's already been discussed by the referee and by VAR. If it was cited afterwards, then I think it can be retrospectively. Honestly, I think we are looking good for table projections. Can't come yeah. I mean, yeah, right. You got to think by the end of this week, potentially, we could be in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. We could be, say, beat Man United. We could be 7th going into Christmas, and also in the last 16 of the Europa League. That ain't a bad season. We've had worse seasons, haven't we? Haven't we? It ain't too shabby, Alonso, is it? Anyway, let's do some ratings. The day after, the night before, we always do the ratings. Yeah, as always, I give you my thoughts. You give me your scores, and we totally don't realise we're totally poles apart. Made me laugh when Tilo came on. Oh God, yeah, straight away, wasn't it? That was the whole idea of Sufal coming off. He didn't get sent off. For after Fulham, we was going to do a slippery slope, but I've been surprised. I think we all have, mate. I think Freiburg, for me, I was really worried about the Freiburg game. I thought it's the perfect storm. You've had the whole negativity around the side, around the fan base in terms of the Fulham game. Freiburg needed to win the game. We didn't need to win the game. It was all just a perfect storm, and it proved us wrong. It proved us wrong. I think we'll see a new fullback, Walter Peters and Guarassi coming in January, assuming Egan's goes to Southampton. I think you're probably right. And Hammer's headlines. I still think there's there's some pieces to be moved based on who leaves. Um, so there is, there is talk of Zuma or Ged maybe going to Saudi Pro League or the French, or again going back to France. Now I don't see it happening, but if it does, I think we've got contingency plans in place. Gracie, I think we will get a striker in. I think it's either going to be one of the two. I think it's either going to be Gracie or Hugo Ekitike. And I do think right back or full back. See, to me, Walker Peters makes perfect sense because he can play on both sides and covers both sides. I think Antonio more likely leave than Ings. I think Ings. Well, Fabrizio Romano basically says that Ings is out in January. Didn't say the clubs, but I think Southampton would be the club if we could do a deal with maybe Walker Peters. Gracie will go to the team that plays the most wage. Yep, agreed. But also, he doesn't want to. He also wants to go to a side where he won't be second choice. So, like, I know that United are after him, but obviously they got Hoyland. So he wants to go to a place where he can be first team and obviously get paid a fair wage. Yeah, so he's perfect for West Ham. We'll go back in for Jonathan. No, we won't. But there's reports today about a player we will go back in for, and that'll be at Hammer's headlines tonight. So watch that. Another centre back that we've been linked with. He has, and actually his mobility is really surprised me. He surely got to go for both ends. He needs to revive his career. A couple of years left, and I think you're right. I think when a player it hasn't worked out. He's not a shit player, but it hasn't worked out. And I think going back to maybe somewhere where he's been most happiest, Southampton, I think would be a very, very clever idea. Very clever idea. Seems there's some rumours coming for Southampton in a deal involving Ings. Some people who started the JWP talk. Well, that's what I think. Makes sense, doesn't it? Also, they got Flynn still there as well. So there we go. Gracie will go to the AFCONs. Would that stop us signing? No. Because we still have Antonio, we'll still have Bowen, we'll still have Obama, and also it depends how long these players go out. And everyone's like, "Oh, we're going to lose all these players for 4 games." That's only if your side gets to the final, and the chances are Ben Rama's not going to get picked. Cornet's falling out, so it's really only going to be a Gerd and Kudus, and as I said on Twitter, I think to Sean, it's going to be an Algeria versus Ghana final, and it's really fucks up. Marcus Leonardo, yep, he's available, and obviously Santos went down for the first time in their history, so possibly. I know there's another couple of sides looking at him as well. We could go back to Burnley as these strikers. Yeah, he's not the right striker for Burnley. Scared him when he turned into a winger. Yeah, what was going on with that? I'd like us to go back in for Ronnie Edwards from Peterborough, possibly. Maybe the homegrown quota we need to. Anyway, let's do some rumours. Not rumours. Let's do some player ratings. Let's start with Fabianski. Maybe a bit of a surprise. Fabianski was in goal. I assumed that the I assumed that it was that Ario would be back in goal, but obviously he's not still 100% fit. Couple of good saves. He's played 4 games in a row now. So yeah, a competent game. A competent game for him, I think. It was he did what he needed to do, to be fair. Let's have a look, see what scores we got. Obviously, there's no half points this game. 7, 8, 7, 8. Let's put a decent background on button, sort it out. What we got here? 8. Defense played well. 7, 8, 7, 8. Commanding. He did. You're right, actually, Ken. He did come for a lot of balls, so to speak. Very well. Very well. A lot of crosses. 7, 8, 9. So it looks very comfortable. I think the side looked more comfortable as well, I'll be honest. But maybe it's me. I'm a bit of a fanboy. Apart from that one cross. Yeah, but everyone flats the one cross. I think 8-7 was shocked when I saw the lineup. It's giving Moisey a headache, and you can see why he's been offered a new deal, a new 1-year extension. I think it makes perfect sense if he's playing like this and he can come into and play at a high level. It makes perfect sense. It means we can reallocate that money, which we would have put towards a new goalkeeper, in other areas. Heggy's having a fantastic time at Stevenage. He could be the number 2. We see what Joseph and I think Trot's 25 now. I think he passed it, but anyway. Rusty B, I gave him a 7. Let's move on like Donkey Kong and talk about Vladimir Sufal, the hothead himself. Obviously, lucky to still be on the pitch, I think, towards the end of the game for that 4-1 smash. You know, I mean, everyone got. He obviously eventually got booked the dying minutes for another him and Bellegarde. They had like a massive like battle the whole game, which I really enjoyed. And he played all right. It was an okay game for him. Listen to Ludders and give it a like. Listen to like. Always thought that was a bit. I totally agree. We're so lucky to have. That's what Moisey said. We're so lucky to have 2 first-team goalkeepers because it's what we do. 7, 7, 7, 7. Goalkeepers playing until 40 and beyond now. Indeed, 7. Love a strong left back that gives his all. He's right back though, Hal, but thank you. Should get a 12. Wow, 6, 7, 6, 6. Should have been said off. I agree with Andy actually and Jay. Great left back, plays right back. 6, 7 would scare anyone. He would indeed. I gave him a 6, partly because of just being quite erratic. Let's talk about Kurtz, the captain, back in the side. I think we had predicted that was going to happen in terms of him going back in, replacing Constantinios Mavropanos. Played well. It was his ball. He won the ball and then fed Paqueta, which led up to the second goal. Looks really good. As I said, seemed a lot more mobile than he has done in recent games. Definitely more mobile. Really good game from Kurt. And they did a huddle. Love it when they do a huddle. He's a skipper, so I'm saying well done to him for that huddle. We love a huddle, and it was a proper huddle. It wasn't like one for like a second. It was a good like minute and a half huddle, and that's what we like. Big thumbs up for that. 7, 7. Oh no, that was Sufal. 8. Kurt the winger. Yeah, what was that? Playing right wing. Love it. 7, 7. Can't believe how many times he strolled forward. I think how the problem was people were given the opportunity to do that. I thought Wolves hung back quite a lot, so it made him go forward quite a lot. So yeah, it was great. 7, 8, 8, 8. Zoo for 8, 7. Catman 7 did some passing, made a run down the wing. 7, 7 high line indeed. 8, 8, 8. Set it in the air, strong in the air, strong performance. Loved his mazy run until he was getting back. Indeed, showed a little bit of pace as well. I thought as well yesterday, which again surprised me. I gave Kurt a 7. Let's move on and talk about Naif. Again, I thought it's a couple of quite assured games. I think, to be in all honesty. The last 2 games, there was a couple of there was a misplaced pass, I think I can remember. But solid from Naif again. When you win 3-1, what can you say, really? In all honesty, still want to see Zuma again and Mav as a back 3. Don't think it's ever going to happen though, but unless it's desperate. 7, no. Loved the huddle. Did nothing wrong. 7, 7, 7, 8, 7, 7. Yep, helped keep the clean sheet. Did, I thought. And again, a couple of times, what I like about Naev is he drops the shoulder. Contagion has the option as well. Parking bus didn't help him. You're totally right. On the front foot, he's much better player, isn't he? 7, 7, 7, 7. Looks like 7s to me. Rusty B agrees. 7. Let's have a look. Who is next? Emerson, my man. He was the driver of that great start. Some great work down the left-hand side. Love the man. Absolutely love him. He is brilliant. As I said, you'll get the plaudits will be the likes of Kudus, Bowen, but this guy is mustard. Gives his all. Absolutely love him as a player. And we're half the side when he's not playing. 7, 8 gives us the out there. And because Paqueta drifts inside, you see all of his what's it called? Assists but from the middle, he's a left winger. But that meant Emerson had so much space. He's always available on the crossfield. 8, 8, 8, 8, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. We send me that. Okay, 8, 8, 8. Yeah, he's undroppable. But the only trouble is for me, Ken, is that we need some cover for him. So when he's not playing, when he's getting injured, or he needs a rest, then there's an alternative. There's not like bringing Cresswell, which just doesn't work. 9, he's got my hammer there. He has for me, but I know someone like Kudus or Bowen will end up winning it, but he deserves it. He's the unsung hero. Lots of 8s and 8s and 8s. I actually gave him a 7, but I'll upgrade it to an 8. I'll get swayed by you guys. Let's talk about Edson. Did a vital blow. I think it was on Totti to deny Wolves a life at just the stroke of half time. He got taken off about 25 minutes left. I imagine with the trip of Anfield in mind, and obviously he had a knock, didn't he? He had a hip problem from the Freiburg game. He's recovered from illness, so he's a proper stalwart. Proper stalwart. I didn't realise that Emerson. Yeah, he did. They did. That's why he plays so well together. Most improved player. I thought he was good last year, but I just think he's brilliant. 8, 7. Leaf Davies he could do, or just get Carl Walker Peters in, and he can cover both sides, Ken. Or Ian Marston as well. 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8. He is the glue. I totally agree. Again, he's the same as Emerson. When Alvarez isn't playing, we look a different side. So poor. The glue, 8, 8. Ederson, what a star he is. Wow, this bloke, love him already. We're so much better with him on the pitch. I totally agree. I gave Edson an 8 as well. Let's talk about JWP. Let's talk about James Ward-Prowse. He's so much better when he's playing up in a more advanced role, isn't he? He's so much better. So much better. You're right, Ruby. When Alvarez went off, we looked to go in ourselves a little bit, but we always do, unfortunately, when he's not playing, because it means that JWP and stuff have to drop in. He was unlucky with his free kick. Gary Sells, was it 1 in 10 he put on Twitter? 1 in 10 free kicks he scores. He was very unlucky. But I mean, he has only scored 17 free kicks in his entire career, so in the Premier League, so you shouldn't expect it all the time. But yeah, I thought he was great, and him in a more advanced role, more time with the ball, just better player, much better player. Hate it when he plays on the art, it drops back a double pivot, doesn't work. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Yep, 7, 7, 8. Yeah, lots of solid scores as well. Yes, Terry, how you doing, man? Speaking of bakers, while we're here, tomorrow night, Matty, he won the Great British Bake Off this year. Champions of baking, we know what we are. He's on tomorrow night. He's doing a Miami's 11, taking your questions. He's a West Ham fan. Not only did we win the Europa Conference League this year, but he won Bake Off as well. Anyone who watched him during Great British Bake Off this year, you'd have seen him doing a few West Ham sort of inspired bakes. He'll be on tomorrow night. Check that out. It's only because Terry's on there anyway. Terry reminded me. Yeah, there we go. I'm very well. How are you, man? 8, yep, 7, 8, 8. Has had a Ralph Ryan, wasn't the player. Well, I think he's now in that more advanced position now, Ruby. So I think he plays in a better position. And that's where they started him off. Russ asked me, but I'm busy. There we go. That's because you're going to win next year, Terry, aren't you? You and me, we're going to be in the final, aren't we? I gave JWP a 7. A strong showing. He's a good player. I like JWP. Honest, very honest player. So about Tommy Soucek. He gave the ball away a couple of times. Fortunate not to be punished when he gave it away, actually, inside his first half, inside his own half, in the second, was it second half? No, in the first half, which led to them on an attack. In the second half, actually, was. But, he's just, when you play the formation we play at the moment, you need to have Tommy Suchek there for that physicality slightly more up top. He is the outreach ball. Him and Paqueta, they get the ball up to. The likes of Bowen was never going to beat Craig Dawson in the air or Kilman. These are big boys. Dawson, and Bowen's a little lad. So you needed Suchek up there. But he did give the ball away a little bit. But what I like, I mean, he's still threading a couple of nice balls through, to be fair, mate. 7-6, poor first half. He's a warrior indeed. 6-5, good to go. Got to go. No, his how. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like it before you leave. Thanks, mate. 6, Mir, 6, 7. Big Thomas, 6, gave the ball away. Brick wall for them shots. 7. Always puts his body in his line. Sorry, his style of game is too quick for him. This style doesn't suit him. However, second half, he helped defensively. That's what he brings the table out to do it. And also, he does offer that out ball. And, particularly in set pieces as well. Always gets his head in things, doesn't it? And you're right. What do we want in a player? When we talk about West Ham players, what we want them to try. It's not their fault if they're not skillful enough, but they've been selected. Tommy Suchek, he tries. He puts it all on the pitch. He gets his head cut. He bleeds for West Ham. That's what we want as a West Ham fan, don't we? We want someone to properly leave it all on the pitch, and Tommy does. So fair play to him. 6, nice indeed. Matty's on 6 for me as well. Who's next? Let's talk about Lucas Paqueta. There's no one better than Lucas Paqueta, our Brazilian Magnifico. What can you say about him? Yeah, 3 hat tricks of assists. Go back and look at them on match today too. All the passes looked really simple. He made them look simple, but they weren't. And they were absolutely perfectly executed. He is a very frustrating player. I think Moyes said it himself. Sometimes he throws his hands up because he gives the ball away on a single pass. But then sometimes Moyes puts his hands up and claps because of what he does. He's a phenomenal player. He's an enigma. And he's a match winner as well. And I thought yesterday, particularly the first one, that outside the foot, and even when I think it was the first half, the ball came across, and he was on the side of the box, and he took a touch, and he tried to hit it with the outside of his right foot. No, it was outside his left foot, and trying to bend it into the top far corner. And I'm thinking, why don't you just drill it in? But if it went in, it would have been amazing. Let's see, 9, great to watch. 9, best game, quite possibly, Mandy. Yeah, I think Masterclass should have had 4. How can you not get 9 assists or goals? 9, man of the match for Ludders. 12, the man he uses his weight. He does. He's just, that little drag back hill thing he did right, with 10 minutes to go before he went off. Amazing. 8, 9, 8, 10. 3 assists, good takers. Some takers good, some takers bad. Ken, that's a very random reference. It's only a certain age group would get. Some takers are good, some takers are bad. How do you praise him if he goes in the summer? If he goes in the summer, I mean, there's gonna be other clubs in for him for sure. The way he's playing. When he fit with City, it depends if all this investigation comes to a head. We don't know how long it's going to take. Carrying the ball distances to 8s, 9s, 8s. I actually gave him an 8 because he gave the ball away for you, but I'm going to give it to 9. That's a bit of a Matt thing, isn't it? Let's talk about Kudus. I mean, 2 more goals for him. What's he on now? Is he on 9 goals now? 7 goals? What's he on now at West Ham? Let's have a quick look. Kudus. on my little cheat sheet. He is on 9 goals. 9 goals in all competitions in was it 21 games. But most days he's all came off the bench. He's different gravy, isn't he? Absolutely different gravy. And I love the interplay between Paqueta and him as well. They were playing together, and it was really nice to see. It was he's a very special player, isn't he? Very special player. And that's probably why we need to make sure we either we get into Europe again next season, or if Moyes goes, the next manager or head coach comes in is one that will excite someone like Kudus, because we need him to stay. And he's amazing. 10, 9, 9, 9, 9. We want because Kudus gets 10. Your poor Cole think you ought to save your voice. We will wish you no. Never. 9, 9, 9, 9. What is up with you today? Shut it. People that come around him and Paqueta, 10. Agreed. 9, 9, 10. 9 plus 1 for celebrations. Makes quick defenders drop 10 yards. Watch that. I've always said that's what I said. I think if Salah goes to the SPL, they're gonna try and put all that money into Kudus and get him in. And for 38 million quid, gotta be one of the best signings in the Premier League this season, without a shadow of a doubt. In terms of I think you sell him for 70, 80 million now, though, wouldn't you? You've over doubled your money from in the space of, I don't know, 6 months, 3 months. Game of 9, man of the match for me, man of the match. And lastly, to about Jared, tirelessly working. He never stops. Got a fantastic goal as well. He almost scored from the corner, early on in the first half. Then he struck the post as well. He's obviously double figures now. The fastest, I think he's the second fastest West Ham player to get to 10 Premier League goals. I think it was only John Hart. I think John Hartson got there. Was it John Hartson got beforehand? Something like that. But yeah, so the song goes is on fire, and he is on fire. Bowen, glad he scored as he run. Oh, he's tireless. Bullseye, good goal. Don't forget Kudus scored 4 goals for Ajax for coming to us. Indeed, good point. Unfortunately, they don't count. But did he score then in one goal? In one game, didn't he? Did he score a hat trick in that game? The last game he played from 8, 8, 8. He scores on no one else in the Prem. 9. Wish he scored it. That was an amazing goal. Ran his socks off. Still up with 5. Haven't you? Bazza, email me, please, mate. Email me and I'll get that sent out to you, mate. So I've got, there's like literally a box with a signed football in, and I don't know who it's for. So it must be for you. Send us your address, westhamnetwork@gmail.com, and I'll get it out to you, Baz. Sorry, obviously I'm doing all the other ones as well, but I'll try and do a run on Thursday. I'll try and send a load out on Thursday for like the advent calendar stuff. 8, 9, Boeing close to 9. Goals in this. Yeah, they did. Was that one game though, wasn't it? I gave him an 8 before he played very, very well. And yeah, all good. All good in the hood, isn't it? All good. Big fan of the game. And now we go into a massive weekend now. Massive week. Or massive really, 10 days thinking about it. You've got play Liverpool, Man United and Arsenal in the space of 10 days. Man United, I'm not actually bothered about Man United, to be honest. Although it's a type of game they always turn up in, but they're a shambles themselves at the moment. And if we got a result against Liverpool, then the confidence going into the side, into the Man United game is palpable, isn't it? I think that's now, Bowie's now got 51 goals for us. 51 goals in almost 175 games. Also 179 games. Tell you what, brilliant. West Ham massive, if they go, certainly are. Need to take shots. Man United needs, or West Ham needs to take shots. That'd be better. I thought the aim was Wolves were allowed at times. What can we do? It was a little bit, but again, it was that Sunday. But I thought I disagree, lads. I thought it's the best Sunday match we've had for a while there, because we had it off the the fans were up for it, and then the players delivered, and so it was this two-way process. I actually thought it went too bad. There were some times where it was a bit flat, but it sort of went into went to half time well. I thought second half went a bit flat as Wolves started to dominate for about 15, 20 minutes, and they just and that was it. And then enough, they gave up, really. In all honesty, but it was Sunday. It was it was a funny kick-off time. You had all the bloody. It was on Sky as well. It's just for Christmas and loads of colds going on and stuff like that. So you can legislate for lots of that. Nice fixtures. We will write off for them, and we always prove people wrong when it's needed. Indeed, there were. Yeah, there were. But as I said, it's like for me. I think factor of lots of things. Obviously, then we had the Thursday, Sunday. I mean, I felt like shit, to be honest. I could have easily not gone if, but I sort of had to. Did Dawes get? Yeah, he got a nice cheer, got a nice clap. Nothing special, nothing like out of the ordinary. Just a good clap for a good player to come. He comes back, but Bowie running and Kudus running ragged. Yeah, we do, but London's that was a different type of game. That was a two-legged. It was our first foray into European football as well for how many years? In terms of the knockout stages, you had the second leg as well, so we knew what we had to do, so that the crowd were pumped for that. Now that's not saying we can't. In March that could happen again, because actually, obviously, it's the same thing as having won the group stages. We go in, we play one of those sides who are in the playoffs. We play on the two legs. We play the second leg away, so it's second leg at home. So you all get a fantastic crowd as well, atmosphere. But it is Christmas, and people were doing. It is unfortunate, yeah. As I said, there's so many games. It was a manic period over the last few weeks. Manic. But there we go. It's Christmas, always empty seats, people having priorities. Bell and Dawson left what he did. Slight off topic, weren't you heading out to Disney? Yes, we were. We were, Andy. We were. I think we actually we would have been like yesterday or like 17th or 18th. We flew out and got back in like the 3rd of January. That was amazing. Amazing. Loved it out there. It was fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, people, keep an eye on the Hammers headlines. Once this has stopped, if you then comment on this, you can then enter. So comment on the video, comment underneath, not in the chat, but underneath, and this will be the day 18 advent calendar one. So feel free to do that. I need to. We'll have the winners we've announced the winners for the 16th, 17th. If that's you, please email us. Bazza, please email me again so we can do that and I can get it sent out to you. And yeah, I thought you went to No, we went to Lapland the year before. That wasn't it wasn't over Christmas. It was pre-Christmas. That was the week before Christmas. That was like literally like this week, 2 years ago. Yeah. Oh, that was crazy. That was a crazy holiday. Amazing. If anyone has an opportunity to go to Lapland at Christmas, honestly, it's phenomenal. One of the most beautiful places I've been to. But it was during the craziness of COVID, and so in the lead up, in the like 10 days or 5 days or whatever it's beforehand, the travel restrictions changed about 3 or 4 times. In terms of what you needed, you need like a PCR, or you need like a da-da-da, or just a normal test. Da-da-da, da-da-da. And yeah, if one of us had got something, we wouldn't have been able to get back. So yeah, luckily. But actually, it's quite funny. As soon as we got on I remember it clear as day. We got off I think we went to Romagnelli. Romagnelli was the airport. Got on the coach. These 2 girls who are sort of hostesses for the rest of the trip got on and took to the microphone. Hi everyone. Just because obviously we all masked up, weren't we, on the flight? Just so you know, Finnish rules say you don't have to wear your face mask. Everyone was like, phew, oh. So if someone had it, we'd all got it. But anyway, peeps, make sure you give it a like. If you press the like button right now, you'll see the icon goes like blah, 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 blah. It's quite funny. Similarly, if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And comment on this video afterwards, and you can be entered into the prize draw for day 18. Tomorrow, back to normal. We've got Robbie Slater at number 19, 20. I think we've got Scott Minto, 21. We got coming up 21, Richie Garcia, 22, Craig Forrest, 23, Super Jimmy Walker, and 24, Little Michael Hughes. And we'll also have a very special video coming up on Christmas Day. Very special video on Christmas Day. Did Santa wear a mask? Don't think he did. Until next time, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, my friends. And don't forget, tomorrow night we have got Matty, the Great British Bake Off winner. Champions of baking. We know what we are.